How's it going, everybody? This video is going to be a little bit off topic from what I normally do on the channel. This is more of a serious video. It's been a week now that I have found out some horrible news. Almost just, it's so bad you don't want it to be real. And it's really hard to put it into the words that I really want to. But I can say one thing: cancer is just horrible. Because I found out that my father has late stage esophageal cancer. And that's the last news I wanted to get. For those who have been following the channel since it started, when I started it again in 2018, I did YouTube intentionally as a form of therapy to get my mind off of certain things, to keep me busy. You know, it was fun, it's healthy, it's very interactive. But I didn't expect this news. Because growing up, I just always thought everyone would be around and everyone would just live forever, you know? But then as you get older, you notice so does everyone else. And then you get to the point where, well, you think you feel old, you start looking at all your family members who were older than you when you were a kid. And I'd really rather not lose my dad, especially to something like cancer. He's Superman. He's Goku. He's Optimus Prime. He's the hero. He's always there to save the day. And always makes everything better. When you think everything's on the brink of apocalypse, the Oden shows up, Dad shows up, and fixes everything, and everything's good, and everything goes back to peace, and you can sleep in peace at night. But right now, my dad needs all the help he can get in the world. He's my best friend. He's always been there for me, so I need to make sure that I'm here for him even more so than I've ever been before. Because if you watching, or if you know anyone who has dealt with cancer, it just destroys everything. When you are almost about to be ready to retire, you're forced into retirement. Someone so noble and strong and loving and gentle, protective, wise and heroic, brave, stern, fun, and playful, a best friend. So I was just writing it, I looked right at it. And courageous, one of the strongest willed humans I've ever met. And as long as I keep my promise to staying strong for him, he will stay strong with me together. We'll stay strong together. And over the past couple days, I've actually been going on to the GoFundMe that is set up for my dad, and I've been donating money to help him. It's a very strange time for a lot of people. Sometimes things might seem like they're going smooth, and that's why you always gotta make sure that you're telling the people that you care about that you love them and you care about them, and even if you don't talk to them as often as you'd like, even just like a hello and a what's up and hey, how you been, or even like a smiley face. No, that, even a phone call. Just a random phone call, even though they're busy and they're driving, and just make a quick conversation with them, tell them, I love you. It's one thing that I learned. You always tell people, even if it's just out of the blue, the thought of them pops in your head, and you're like, oh, you know what? I should say hi. I'll say hi. I'll give you a phone call, give you a message, text. Because you never know. You never know when that person's going to go. My dad told me sometimes you just gotta go for things. Life's too short. And it's true. Everything that I've ever experienced throughout my entire life, it's sometimes you just gotta just try something. Even if it's strange or alien, bizarre, or just you feel like you're out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you just gotta just go for it. It's asking, saying, being, putting it out there. You never know where that might lead. Might lead to something really, really good that'll be around for years. And working hard. Man, my dad worked his entire life. From as far back as old as he was to work. He worked, he plugged away, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people could take something from. When they sit around and nothing good comes from that, it's you just gotta just really just put your heart and soul into something and roll the dice. There's a lot of lessons that he's taught me throughout life. Something something really good happened today. Two of my friends went to Los Angeles for TFCon. Peter Cullen was going to be there. And so, first thing that popped in my head was, I want to see if Dad has any questions he'd like to ask Optimus Prime. That was something that me and my dad, we bonded over. Optimus Prime. My dad drove semi trucks for years. He was in the army, bodybuilding, arm wrestling, automotive. and he loved sci-fi, especially Star Trek. And he loved, when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I remember this before I go on to more of the story. This is something nice, little fun, little memory. Me, my brother, and my dad. We would watch Beast Wars Saturday mornings. Eat cereal and watch the show and talk about it. And my brother had all the cool Transformers, and we'd watch Beast Wars. And then I got older and used to watch Transformers Energon, and me and my dad would always just talk about Transformers on that all the time. And I used to draw him pictures of Optimus Prime, and I'd draw like GI trucking versions of Optimus Prime, and I did like an Estes one. That was the companies that my dad was a truck driver for a long time. And so that was our thing, was Optimus Prime. Met Peter Cullen at FanX in 2021. My dad told me to tell him that he said hi, and so I did. And Peter told me to tell my dad he said hi back, and so I really wanted my dad to be able to ask some questions and have them answered. It's just really, really bizarre to see. Like, you wouldn't think. Yeah, he just, he wouldn't think anything would happen like this. So, in moments like this that I'm living through, I'm trying to make every little moment, even the most minuscule moment, memorable. So I asked my dad what he wanted to ask Optimus Prime. I wanted to make this a very special thing for him. So I told him, hi, my name is, and I tell him what my dad's name is, and now retired semi-truck driver, U.S. Army veteran, and Transformers fan, asks, when did you decide to be the voice of Optimus Prime? What made you choose that character? And what was the highlight of your career? Hmm. I was hoping that my friends could possibly get like at least like an audio, because I do know that in some places apparently they don't let you film or record anything. But my friend remembered what he says, and what he said was, hello, me. I was inspired to give Optimus Prime a voice of leadership and strength, influenced by my brother Larry, who was a Marine. The highlight of my career as Optimus Prime is the lasting impact he's had on fans of the series and the character's father figure that I give people. I wish your dad Paul the best of luck, and I hope Paul is comfortable as a prime. Should be. I will pray for Paul till all are one. Love, Peter Cullen. It's almost like reading a letter, and I know that he's done this for people who are dealing with stuff with this, and people who have something going on and they weren't able to make it to the convention. He tries to word it like he's not not essentially saying it to you, but he's saying it to the person who was asking, which was essentially was my dad. And I just, to get a response like that from him, and it was because my friends added something more to what I had asked them to say, and they let Peter know what my dad was going through, and so hearing something like that was, it's Optimus Prime telling me and my dad to not give up. Also, he called my dad a Prime, so Emotet, if you're watching this, Dad. So I just I I I feel a lot more hope, and I know that might sound kind of strange, but having having Optimus Prime install more strength and bravery into both me and my father's very moving. Just at the moment, everything just feels very surreal. There's not really any other way I could really describe how I feel. I can tell you one thing. I feel strength and I'm not giving up. It's a promise that I made, and I intend to keep that promise. So, one thing, if any of you, even if it's just a kind word in the comment section, uh, anything really, or I can put the Gofundme down in the description. But even just a kind word, and to keep my dad fighting the good fight. It's not fair to lose your life to cancer. And I know a lot of people who have been able to beat it. So there's always hope. There's always hope. Never give up hope. There's one thing I could tell any of you who are watching this is never give up hope. No. It's what keeps the fire and the passion of living alive. Because if you don't have any hope, then you don't have anything. No hope for yourself, no hope for others, no hope for the world. From the biggest mountain to the smallest anthill, no matter the distance in between, you should always have hope. Hope is what keeps us alive. And to quote a show just being alive is something incredible. So every day, try to make the best of every single day that you live. That you wake up in the morning and just live. Do you. Be you. Be true to who you are and never forget who you are and where you come from. There's some things in life that sometimes it's hard lessons, sometimes it's bad lessons. There's a great book that I've been reading again. It's called No Mud, No Lotus. And it's essentially explaining how just the cycle of life is. You have good things that happen, bad things that happen. But guess what? Something good happens, but then something bad happens. So although something bad may be happening right now, something good is bound to happen. But you never know when it's gonna happen. There's not much of a warning. Sometimes it's a good thing to sit back and look at the bigger picture from a very, very far distance. And then you can come to this almost clairvoyant point in your mind where you just you just know. You just know. And it's like a curse. Like you're not supposed to know. And then you have to live with that. You have to live with that loss for the rest of your life. And then you're left pondering, how do I cope with this? There's some people that have a difficult time coping. There's some people who just can't. It's it's a different world at this point, and I'm hoping that my dad's still in it. It's just it's hard to find the right words to really put out there to put how I'm in perspective, unless one thing I could try to explain is I have a friend at work and we talk, and he's had a very, very, very similar experience to what I'm dealing with right now. And in his words, he told me it's hard to explain and describe how you feel to someone who's never experienced something like this, because most people don't. And I really wish that nobody had to experience any of this. So that's where I'll leave this at that. I'll in the this put it in the description below with the GoFundMe for my dad. I would appreciate any help that any of you viewers could do to help. It's just hard seeing someone who's sacrificed in his work their whole life and taking care of everyone and made sure everyone was okay, for them to now be in this situation and not be taken care of. Also, I myself have been donating to the GoFundMe. So if any of you could help out, even just as anything really, really anything would help. And like I said before, even some kind words in the comment section would be astoundingly positive. I can share those with my father, and just always remind everyone that you love, that you do love them, and that you do care about them, and that you will be there for them, and you will make sure they're okay in their darkest hours. Bring the light to their darkest hours. So, like I said, I'll put it down in the description. Anything would help. Thank you for watching, and fuck cancer, because it is a plague on humanity and society as a whole. It's taken away too many people too many times. But there's just something special about hearing Optimus Prime tell my dad that he's a Prime. And that brings a lot of hope and it brings a lot of hope. Hope and comfort. So, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Check out the link in the description. Consider helping. Like I said, anything would help, and it would really mean a lot to him. So if I could rally up the Beastman realm and send help his way, I would love to. So thank you so much for watching, and as I always say, keep on rocking in the free world. Into hell with cancer.